Back to the low block. Here's Carlos Paul. Turns to the middle. Waits, shoots off the board. No good. Fights for the rebound, and the 6'7" kid, Dang Meyer, comes away with it. On the right baseline, here's a feed back to Meyer, who can shoot it from the perimeter, and he scores. Meyer gives the Hawks their first lead of the basketball game. 4-3 game, and back comes Trey White with the ball, and the Grizzlies on offense looking to get the lead back again. Trey White on the right side. Low block, good feed underneath, and the layup is good by Carlos Paul, and a good feed from the corner to set him up. Five-four ball game. Out front, Kavion McLean to the left corner, to the low block, and a bad pass, but it's going to deflect off the Grizzlies and out of bounds. Howard is a very good program. They're not tearing it up this year. They're 6-3, but it's a team that traditionally is very highly regarded in the JUCO ranks. Here's a lob pass inbound. Trey Fort has it, works it all the way to the rim, lost it, knocked out of bounds by Garrett, but it'll stay with the Hawks. And they've got 11 on the shot clock. Here's the inbound. They'll lob it inbound, and they get it to Agua in the paint. Here's Meyer with a little finger roll. No good. Ball will be tipped out and picked up, and he'll try it again. Can't get it. Tries again. Scores. 6'7" and can jump, and a timeout on the floor, and a 30-second timeout as Dang Meyer gets his second field goal. The Grizzlies can't afford to let Howard just eat them up on the glass, because they will eat them alive if they don't keep them off.
Yeah, they're definitely beating them down low on the glass so far. There's several offensive rebounds already. And on the defensive end, they were really doing a good job of denying Gare the ball.
Well, people know. They know you can't let him stand out there and get an open look, because he will, A, shoot it, and B, usually make it. So 6-5 as Jared Fay calls one of his early timeouts for encouragement. Gaggi will throw the ball in. Sterling White will bring it up. Kyle Germany in the ball game now for the Grizzlies. Kyle's a 6'2" freshman from Detroit. In the front court, Trey White, high screen, goes left. Sets, pops straight on for a three. No good. Rebound long to the corner. Chased down by Fort. And back, they'll come the other way. The Hawks, left elbow, fall away jump shot. It's short. Rebound to Carlos Paul. Sterling White up the left sideline. Dribbles over the top of the circle. Keeps it on the dribble. Curls around. Goes down the lane. Little floater off the front iron and good.
Nice running and hander.
He is very good at that little floater. And he'll take that shot anytime he can get it for good reason. He's good at it. 7-6, West Plains. MSU West Plains on top by 1. On the baseline, here's a drive, and that's too easy as Trey Fort went right around Kyle Germany for a lay-in. 8-7 ball game. Grizzlies down 1. Kyle drives, puts it off the board, and good. He is really quick to the basket, gets his first on a lay-in with the right hand from the left side.
They're doing a good job of getting to the paint, which eventually will get them to the line a little bit more, which seems like been a little bit slow going so far this, well, yesterday anyway.
Yesterday, and here's a reach-in foul off the turnover, and the foul will be on Dang Meyer. That'll be his first. Second turnover on Howard. Last night in the first half, the Grizzlies, Western Texas was 6 out of 11 from the free throw line in the first half. The Grizzlies were 0 for 1.
When you're not getting to the line, that's a little bit difficult.
That is a tough bargain. Sterling White now with a wide open three from straight on. Good.
Nice shot.
He is a kid that didn't look to score last year. All these kids in high school could score. But he's looking to score this year. Here's a 17-footer straight on by Kavion McLean, and that's good. So the Memphis guard makes it a 12-10 game. MSU West Plains on top by 2. Germany over to Aiden Gare. Lob pass to the high post. Carlos Paul with it. He'll face up. Now we'll hand it off to Germany. He is cut off. They switch. They get it back to the low block. Carlos backs the man down. Double team, lost the ball. Turnover. Grizzlies. Back the other way it goes. The Howard Hawks are in the black with red trim, white lettering. Here's a whistle outside before the drive to the basket. And that foul will be on Kyle Germany, and that'll be his first foul. With a lot of players, it's not a matter of can they score, because most of them can, but can you stop other people from scoring? Defense, a big, big thing. Now on the left side, hook pass across. They'll pull it to the baseline. Fall away jump shot is up and good by Dante Horn. That's his first basket. He is a 6'4" sophomore from Memphis. Man, there have been so many players come out of Memphis. Here's the ball stolen away from Trey at the timeline. They'll go in, lay it up, and miss it. And a foul will be called on the rebound. Going up for it was Darius Davis, who just came to the game, 6'4" guard from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And he'll be called after the turnover on the Grizzlies. He'll get called for the foul.
Hit the floor pretty hard there, but bounced right back up, so that's a good sign.
And now Dallas Clayton will come in, the 7-footer from New Zealand. And he has really improved his game this year. Tie game at 12. Flight to the point. Gagi Gavalia on the bounce, gets it to the right wing. Kyle Germany. Good perimeter. Here's a long three, and that's going to be short by Gare. And it'll come the other direction as the Hawks look for the lead. 13:50 to go in the first half from the West Plains Civic Center. Jab step through, maybe got away with a walk, missed the shot on the lay-in too high off the glass. Dante Horn. Now back comes Sterling White. And now a bad pass from Gare out to Sterling, and that ball is picked off. Now another three from the left wing, and that's good. Kavion McLean with a three, and we're going to get a timeout called by Howard with 13:30 to play. First half, and we'll take a 30-second timeout with a score. Howard 15, MSU West Plains 12, back in 30 on KDY.
I've spent 20 years in the same job and decided it was time for a change. I wanted to return to school to build upon what I'd started right out of high school.
Missouri State University West Plains offers opportunities for everyone, wherever you are in life.
Missouri State West Plains offers me the flexibility I need at 40 years old to work, be with my family, and complete my degree program close to home.
The education you need for the life you want is waiting for you at Missouri State University West Plains. New beginnings and endless possibilities.
It's back to the court for more Grizzly basketball on KDY.
13:30 to go in the first half. We were broadcasting in O'Fallon up at St. Louis this afternoon. Football game won by the very good team from O'Fallon. I didn't really know what to expect going into that football game, but we found out the Crusaders are the real deal as they beat the Zizzers decisively. But what a great year it was for West Plains. Just a great season. And before we go back to play, make sure the clock's set correctly, and we're ready to go again. The Grizzlies have kind of shortened the bench here after 9 games in. Sterling White out front to Gare. Looking to get the ball inside. Bad pass. Forced it. Can't do that. Ball tipped away. 5th turnover already on the Grizzlies in the first 6-7 minutes. Out front, Dante Horn. Now the ball is handled by Kavion McLean. High screen. Stops. Pops a long three. That's good. This is a pretty good basketball team we're playing tonight. 18-12.
They're doing a good job of getting their hands on a lot of the passes the Grizzlies are trying to get down low, and a lot of deflections so far.
Here's a jump shot from about 18 feet, no good, by Micah Garrett. Got to stop the ball in transition, though. Moving it back out is Dante Horn. He'll put it on the deck, drive in, got fouled on the drive. And let's see if that's going to be a foul on Gagi Gavalia, and it looks like it will be. Gagi says, I got pushed on a push-off. That's going to be on Gaggi. That'll be his first foul. And I think he fouled out last night. Carlos Paul will come in for him. First foul on Gaggi, who did foul out last night with 6 points. So it'll be Howard basketball underneath. Lob pass in. Now step through. Shot no good. Way off the mark. Air ball, in fact, on the miss by Quo Agua. And now back the other way. Grizzlies trying to break a little drought here. It was tied at 12. Now it's 18-12. Right elbow, fall-away jump shot. Good. And that's Aiden Gare. That's his first basket. He was the leading scorer last night. He had 23. Top of the circle, Kavian McLean kicks it to the corner, distributes, gets the ball in. Here's a drive, whistle. That's going to be an offensive foul, and that's going to be on Darius Davis. So he has been in for just a couple of minutes, and he has picked up 2 fouls. I hear the smooth baritone of a familiar face down there at the timekeeper's table. From a distance, you think it's Jimmy Buffett. Sonny is on duty tonight. Top of the circle. Here's another 3 for Trey, and it's no good. Inside position by Dang Meyer, and he pulls down the rebound. 18-14. Howard on top by 4. Now they'll fire another 3 from the point. No good. Rebound comes out long. And all gray shirts there. Grizzlies in their gray tonight. Howard in the black. Dribble it to the right side. And, boy, Howard isn't giving him anything for passing lanes into the lane. Here's Gare with a 3 on left side. No good. Ball will be tipped in control again by Dang Meyer. 11:06 to play in the first half. Grizzlies in the man-to-man defense. They'll hand the ball off to Dante Horn. Now out front, travel violation. JoJo Freeman got it. Shuffled his feet a little bit. Call for the ball. Turnover number 3 on Howard. 18-14 to play in the first half. And in the ball game for the Grizzlies, Kendon Peebles, another Virginia freshman, 6'5" from Hampton, Virginia. At the point, another wide open 3. That's off the back iron, no good. And Dallas Clayton had it, lost it, picked up by Trey, though. And he'll be pressured by Meyer. Probably should have got a foul for bodying up against him. Here's Gare at the right point. A hand back to him. Dribbles down left corner. Here's Kendon Peebles with a 3. No good. Rebound long, and it'll be chased down. And here come Howard. The Hawks slow it down a little bit. Dante Horns, top of the circle, picked up by Peebles. Over on the left side now. Here's McLean. He'll get in the paint, kick it to the right wing, and there's the big guy for a 3. It's an air ball by Dang Meyer. They are much less dangerous in the half court than they are in an open court game. They've got guys who can get up and down the floor and finish. Left wing 3 ball for Sterling White, no good. And the rebound pulled away again by Dante Horn. Long up the floor. Here they go. Here's a shot from the right wing for a 3, and that's good. And Kavian McLean already has 11 points. And the Hawks are up by 7, 21-14. Decent crowd for a Saturday night game to watch the Grizzlies here on a rainy evening. Sterling drives the lane, puts it high off the glass, and good from the left side with the right hand, and Sterling has 7. You hit on something early, James, when you said we were talking about getting the ball to the basket. Grizzlies seem intent on trying to do that and get to the foul line more.
Seems like to be a much bigger focus tonight. And I noticed the game that I was here earlier in the year, it seemed the same way. They wasn't doing a lot of driving to get down into the paint. So relying a lot on outside the arc.
Here's a turnover call against Dante Horn, who cupped the basketball as he made a spin move. Carlos Paul and Sterling White will go out. Gaggi Gavalia and Kyle Germany will come back in. And Nate Houston is in the ball game for the first time for the Grizzlies. I really like Nate, 6'1" freshman from Toledo, Ohio. Germany down the lane, kicked it outside to Gaggi, into the post, and the pass goes inside to Clayton, and he'll be mugged, and that'll be a foul against JoJo Freeman. Team foul 4 on the Hawks. Gare on the inbound play. Off a screen, Gaggi has it in the right corner, back out. Germany goes in, has his shot snuffed, and it's taken away, back the other direction. Here comes McLean. You got to pick him up. He drives the lane, puts up a floater, and it's good. That guy had some Cheerios for breakfast. It's 23-16. Germany out front. Over to Aiden Gare. In the corner, Nate Houston, who can shoot it in and out. Bad break. Ball knocked away. Picked back up by Germany, and he can't finish it. Picked up by Gaggi. He puts it up and in. There were only gray shirts. The other Howard players, there was one black shirt, and the other 4, they were headed the other way.
They thought they had a fast break there.
Over on the left side, Quo Agua will drive past his man, puts up a tough shot. That was over the back by Dang Meyer, and he got away with it, got the lay-in for 2. 25-18. Well, if they're going to let him do that all night,
It'll be tough going.
He's going to have a big night.
Yeah.
Kyle Germany out front. McLean hassles in. McLean is a sophomore. Bounce pass over. Fall away 3 ball in the corner. Good. And Aiden Gare. We've had some really good perimeter shooters here in the years that I've done the Grizzly games. This kid is as good as anybody.
Nice quick release as well.
Pure shooter. Right side Meyer. And a foul's going to be called on Gaggi Gavalia, and that'll be his second, so that puts him back on the bench. As he is called for a blocking foul on Dang Meyer. So it'll be Hawks basketball in the front court on the side. Darius Davis will throw the basketball inbounds. Gets it inbounds, and they set their offense with Javier Glasgow, who's now in the ball game. To the left baseline, they'll cut it off. Back out, spin to the middle, fall away from 12, too hard. And now Meyer over the back of everybody, tips it high in the air, but it's picked up by the Grizzlies. Kyle Germany out front. To the corner. Here's Micah with another 3. No good. Rebound as it went in and out. Taken away by Dang Meyer. Now back pass stolen. Now up ahead. Kendon Peebles has a layup, and it's no good. And it's taken down by the Hawks. He was in between. He thought about dunking it, then decided not to, and then he who hesitates. Here's a drive down the lane. No good. Rebound taken down by Kendon Peebles, and I'm here to tell you that foul is going to work on Javier Glasgow, and they are just letting it is open season under the basket.
Yeah, they're letting them play for sure. Several over the back so far, and then a little bit of a mugging there, but they finally got one called.
Carlos Paul will come back in the ball game for Kyle Germany. When in doubt, you're 6'5" and can jump, you dunk it. Doesn't have to be a all-star game dunk, just a dunk. Here's a whistle away from the basketball and the holding foul. That's going to be the 3rd foul on Darius Davis. So he's done for a while. They'll sub him out in place of Dante Horn. I fouled out in one half of a JV game one time. I was only going to get to play a half, and I fouled out.
Might as well make it count.
Got my money's worth.
There you go.
On the left side. Now it's free throw line as they push Paul away. He goes in strong, pump fake, up inside and scores.
Nice strong move there.
Carlos Paul plays, he's listed 6'5", but he plays bigger than that. Good strong move. Back to a 3-point game. Here, James, 25-22, top of the circle. Here's Trey Ford. Fall away from 10 feet. Good. And we'll get a whistle and a 30-second timeout. 5:29 to go in the first half. The Howard Hawks lead the Grizzlies 27-22. Back in 30 seconds on KDY.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we have it all for you. Hirsch Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, where we love what we do.
Hi, this is Zeb. Wood pellets are in, so stop in to get stocked up for winter. Right now you can get 40-pound bags for only $5.49 each. 50-count pallets are available. We also have wood pellet stoves in stock for heating spaces up to 1,500 to 2,000 square feet, so stop in at Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply in West Plains and stay warm.
The Grizzlies play here on Hot Country KDY.
Grizzlies come out of the huddle with Aiden Garrett, Micah Garrett, Kendon Peebles, Carlos Paul, and Trey White. 27-22, Grizzly basketball, down by 5. Trey dribbles it over the timeline. Dribbles to the right wing now. They look for Paul inside, and they can't get it to him. Deflects off his hands and out of bounds. And now the outside official will change the call. And I believe he may have a point.
Yeah, it looked like it went off the fingertips there of the Hawks.
So it will be Grizzly basketball. They'll have 18 on the shot clock. Aiden Garrett on the inbound play. Bounce pass into Paul in the right corner. Dang Meyer on him now into the post. Kendon Peebles goes up inside. Left-hand shot won't fall. That was a really tough shot to take. Now in the front court. Here's Glasgow. Right wing open. 3 in and out. And again, over the back, Meyer gets the rebound, and he lays it up and in. Boy, if I'm Jared Fay, I am just reaming some officials right now because you're not going to get that call until you bring to their attention and let them know that that is unacceptable. 29-22, 7-point game. Gare against a zone now. Shot off the backboard, no good. And the ball was pulled down by Dante Horn. Horn to the front court, into the paint, and he puts it up, no good, and a foul will be called. You got to cut the basketball off way sooner than that. You can't let these guys get into the paint because you let them get that close. You're setting yourself up for heartbreak. First foul call on Carlos Paul, or Kendon Peebles. Kendon Peebles with a foul. And the shooter is Dante Horn, and his first free throw here is good. That is the first free throw of the game, I think. And we'll get a few subs. 30-22 score. Grizzlies down 8. Nate Houston is back in the ball game. Next free throw is good. 2 out of 2 for Dante Horn and make it a 9-point game. 31-22. Sterling White to the corner. Houston has it. Now back out to the point. That's going to go back court, and that'll be a turnover on the Grizzlies. Tried to skip pass from the corner out to the point, and the ball was way too high, and Nate Houston had no chance of pulling that one in. So we're looking a little flat-footed here so far in the ball game, and we're down to 4:08 to play in the first half. Played overtime last night, but Howard played last night too. Inbound play, Kavian McLean. Pass to the low block. Here's Ugwe in the paint. Turns from 5 feet. That's up and good as it bounces off the rim 3 times and goes down. 33-22. It looks like they're playing zone. They're playing matchup zone. Pass into the middle. And an offensive foul on Carlos Paul for a push-off. And he was trying to get that pass from the corner, and he's called for a foul instead. Aiden Garrett, Kendon Peebles back in. Micah Garrett will go out along with Carlos Paul. Defensively, Howard is really making it hard for the Grizzlies to get good looks.
Really quick, and like stated earlier, they're just keeping their hands in the passing lane. It's hard to get anything clean whatsoever.
And we've made some bad choices on trying to get the ball inside. Here's a pass across. Down the baseline. Here's a pull-up jump shot. No good, air ball, and we'll have a foul. Finally, they call an over-the-back foul against Howard. That'll be on Quo Agua. That'll be his first foul. 33-22. Bonus time, 17th foul against the Hawks. Dallas Clayton at the free throw line. 33-22. We've been prone to go through offensive droughts this season, and that has not helped things. Look high in the air for the rebound. Ball is pulled away by Dante Horn, or Trey Fort. Now Fort will drive, goes up, a lot of body contact. Ball out of bounds, blocked out by the Grizzlies. It will stay with the Hawks with 21 seconds left on the shot clock. Grizzlies have stayed in the man-to-man. You think, well, maybe you should try playing zone. Well, not the way they've been shooting it. Pass low block. Left-hand turn is no good. And Dang Meyer, again, went over the back for the rebound, tipped it loose, missed the shot, and now the Grizzlies come back. Kenan Peebles drives to the paint, goes up inside, can't get it to go, and we'll have a flop call against Howard. There's no foul committed, but man alive, they're calling these flop calls left and right like they're going out of style this season. That'll be a technical foul, and so Aiden Gare will shoot one. That is not a personal foul. It is a technical foul. Free throw, no good, and man alive, there must be a lid on the basket. Aiden Gare, who normally does that in his sleep on the free throw line, misses. Carlos Paul back in the ball game. We've been stuck on 22 for a while now.
It's been quite a while.
Into the front court, Kavian McLean. There he goes to the paint. Now feeds it across to Trey Fort. Crossover dribble, trap, bounce pass to the baseline. Here's a fall away, and that's up. No good. Rebound, Sterling White off the miss by JoJo Freeman. Up the right sideline now. Here's a pass deflected. They had Nate Houston open on the weak side, but a hand in the passing lane. Three ball is no good, and the ball is loose. Fought for, picked up by Gare. Gives it back. Nate Houston. Left elbow, fakes the shot, feeds it back. Sterling with a three straight on. Good. Boy, you needed that.
Good way to put the end to the scoring drought.
10 points for Sterling White. 33-25. 2:12 to play in the first half. Our halftime guest tonight will be Paulo Wiedemann. We'll talk. We just completed NJCAA volleyball tournament. Here's a pull-up, and McLean again from about 12 feet right of the key. Knocks it down. He has had a huge first half. He's got 15 points.
He's averaging 10 a night so far this year, so he's well eclipsed that.
White, out high, Paul. At the point, left elbow to the corner. Micah Garrett with it. We're not getting the ball, any penetration. Ball tipped away, picked up. Now here's Carlos. He'll go strong to the basket. Laid it up, no good, charge. So Carlos gets his second foul. Carlos slow to get up. Dallas Clayton comes back in. Kyle Germany comes back into the ball game for the Grizzlies. And so with 1:33 to go, 10-point game, Howard College on top. They got off to a pretty good start, and they've built on that to a 35-25 lead. The Grizzlies have only 2 points off the bench so far, 4 points off the bench for Howard. And they'll have to clean up the floor under the basket. I can't remember who I was told that Dang Meyer, the 6'7" youngster throwing the ball in, he's already committed to a high Division I team. I just can't recall who it is. Maybe
Mississippi State.
Maybe. I think you're right. Very good, James.
McLean is committed to Abilene Christian.
Here's a travel violation in the lane, and that'll be against Dennis Kendrick. His turnover gives That gives the Hawks 5 now in the half. 6 called against the Grizzlies. Kyle Germany out front. Get to the basket, young man. Goes up with it, and there's Dang Meyer. 6'7". He's 6'7", but the way he plays, long arms, I mean, it's like having a 7-footer in there. James, we've just really struggled to get looks at the basket here in the first half. Just haven't been able to find openings. Sterling White will inbound. The Gare catches in the corner, out to Germany with 18 on the shot clock. Here's Gage Pitts from Thayer. He has it stripped away out of bounds, got fouled twice, but that's the difference in high school and college.
Yep. Big difference.
Playing Mountain Grove, that would have been a foul. Inbound with 9 on the shot clock. Gare shoots a 3 from the left wing. Good.
Pretty shot.
Aiden Gare's got 8. 35-28. 45 seconds left. First half from the Civic Center. High screen. Down the key. Here's a right-hand scoop off the board. No good. And Dallas Clayton will be called for the foul in the act of shooting. That'll put the Hawks on the line, and that'll put Dante Horn up there. He's made the only 2 free throws shot by Howard College in this half. He'll get 2 here. Dallas Clayton with his first foul. We're just having a hard time getting started. But, of course, you got to give credit to the other team. They're making it tough. And they are really aggressive to the basket. They're a tad bigger team. I'm trying to take advantage of that. Free throw good by Dante Horn. They will sub into the ballgame Pierre Mukaldila, 6'4" freshman from Quebec. 36-28. Next try, good. .35 on the game clock, 26 on the shot clock. Howard does a really good job helping on defense. Left point, Sterling White. Back to Gage Pitts. Gets a screen, goes the other way. Curls off, gives it to Aiden Gare. 8 on the shot clock. Gare gets a screen, drives over in the corner. Up fake, good fake by Peebles. Goes all the way in, lays it up and good.
Nice, strong baseline drive.
5 seconds. 4 seconds. Down to 2. Here's McLean with a 3. No good. And I'm shocked to miss one. Holy cow. We've played one half from the Civic Center. And after the first 20 minutes, the Grizzlies, with a deficit to make up, down by 7, 37-30 to Howard College. Time for Grizzly halftime. Up next, and Grizzly halftime brought to you by Missouri State University West Plains. New beginnings, an endless possibility.
It's Grizzly halftime on KDY, and our guest is the head coach of the Grizzly volleyball team, Paula Wiedemann, who just wrapped up a tournament where they finished 3rd in the nation in Division I volleyball. What a great week it was, Paula. Have you had a chance to kind of digest what happened during that 3 days?
Oh, there was a lot of good that happened in those 3 days, I can tell you that. And that's kind of the big perspective from just the comments I heard from, the teams, the coaches, the people that, come to our town for the first time and get to experience what it's like to have a tournament in West Plains, and the hospitality. I'm telling you, it is second to none. So, and on the volleyball side, there was a lot of really good volleyball played. We were really in a good place, going through that first day and got into that Final Four after a couple really good wins and just, kind of struggled through some stuff against a very good eventual national champion, Florida Southwestern, and just couldn't quite get things put together soon enough to really keep the pressure on them, and then turned around and on the last day, had to face number 2 Indian Hills, and it's the second time we've seen them this year, and we knew that we could really do some good things and keep the pressure on them, which is exactly what we did. And, it was a great finish to to a weekend that, like I said, had so many good things going on as far as just the teams and the atmosphere. It's the type of event that players love to play in because it feels like it's bigger than just, a volleyball game.
I really got the impression from talking to people leading up to the tournament, they were really excited about the tournament coming to town. They were excited about working the tournament. And looking back in hindsight now, how did this tournament kind of compare to the other times you've hosted?
Oh, yeah. This is the first, because with it having been kind of shifted to where the City of West Plains Tourism is running the tournament, we had the very first year in the COVID spring, which, again, I felt like we did a phenomenal job that year considering the circumstance, and everything went really smooth. I mean, there were a couple little things that we had to work through, but once we got into being able to host on just a more of a normal year, it was fantastic. It just, we've been lucky enough to have hosted this thing 11 times, and I've been lucky enough to take teams to 3 different places besides here. And so, like I said, there's just some things that I think we do exceptionally well. It's one of the reasons why it keeps coming back. Just like the hospitality, the people make it, and the people and the memories that come from the tournament, from the player, team, coaches standpoint, the fans. That's really what makes this place special hosting.
After you lost in the Final Four in the semifinals, after you lost to the Florida team, sometimes it's really hard to bounce back because of the disappointment of not being able to play for the national championship. I think that really said a lot about your team to win 3-0 against a really good team to take third place.
Yeah, it is. It's a tough place to be because the disappointment after a loss like that, and and the goals you set and the things you want to accomplish, and then it just seems like it's like, that we didn't get there. And I really felt for the girls because they just, it was a rough loss. But like I told them on Saturday, I said, guys, there's only 2 teams who are glad they're not in this game, and that's it. Everybody else wants to be exactly where we are. So, they came in, you could kind of see it. They were relaxed. They were ready to play, really locked in on what we needed to do. And that's something that even on Thursday, in our first round, and especially in that quarterfinal round against Western Nebraska, it was just, like I said, it's like they knew what they needed to do and how they needed to do it as a team. And that's the only thing about the Florida Southwestern game that really is a little frustrating, is that we felt like we just didn't get into that good place quick enough. And once we did, the pressure was on us because of just, how the game had played out, and we were down 0-2. And, and like I said, Florida Southwestern's a very good team. They do things well in the sense of making you have to play the entire game. And that's something but at that point, everybody's going to be good. You know what I mean? So I'm really, really proud of our team and how they came out on Saturday and played and just, played like they knew. We had improved so much through the course of the year, and our ability to do that has been in us, and it was fun to watch. No lie, it was fun to watch.
Talk about that a little bit. You back in the beginning of September, you lost 3 straight matches. Then you lost eventually on the 23rd of September to Trinity Valley, and then you didn't lose another match all the way until the national semifinals. What was the key that really turned that streak on?
Well, there were a lot of different factors. I mean, I think some of our freshmen started getting to where their consistency and their ability, I mean, as a whole, not just our freshmen, but the group as a whole. The way we kind of worked through just the game planning and the practicing and the things that they were able to take and build on. And that's the point that, last year's team did a really good job with that. This year's team did a really good job with that. Where we start and where we finish need to be 2 different places. and you just keep building that confidence in them by the situations you put them in and day out. You know, the expectations, how you need to practice, what you need to be getting out of this. You know, and you see growth in those kids and the way they did it, and it's just, I mean, that's the part of the coaching and being a part of this program that I've loved year in and year out, is because it's like you see a team make something happen, and they believe it, you know, and that's something that they just kept working on, the things that were going to make them better, and that's, you know, those are things that you just can't take for granted when it comes down to developing a team through the course of a year. The expectations get set high, then the work that goes into how you go about meeting those expectations, you know, everybody says it's a process. Well, it is a process, and you have to trust it, and you have to want to do it. And I think that's something they proved to themselves last year, that it's worth doing the process. And this year it was a little bit rough because of injuries in the very beginning, and just trying to get people moving in the right direction that, you know, again, didn't have a whole lot of experience. But, man, it was so nice to see how much our freshmen kind of contributed through the course of the end of the season, and just felt way more comfortable, which gave us so much more of an advantage compared to where we were in the beginning of the year.
Talking to Paula Wiedemann, the head coach of the Grizzly volleyball team, you know, this was a great showcase for the city of West Plains, for your team. A lot of national exposure thanks to ESPN and JCAA TV. And this was really a great opportunity, and now we kind of see where this takes us from here. And surely you would think that this does give you a leg up in some of the recruiting that you're going to be doing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and those are things that I've always, you know, younger coaches, whenever they talk about getting to the national tournament, and I'm like, oh, it's a big deal. It always has been. And, you know, you watch through the course of quite a few years how much it matters when you're talking to recruits, and how much it's like this place, there's a reason it's a good place. And it's about the volleyball. It's about how you're taken care of, you know, the opportunities you have in front of you. And it's so much easier to talk about when you do get to play in the national tournament, when you do, you know, finish well at the national tournament. All those things matter. So, yeah, it's not a bad thing to talk about at all.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have to replace some people. You had a pretty good mix of freshmen and sophomores, but obviously the experience that your team had going down the stretch here paid off for you.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, probably from start to finish, a freshman to sophomore group, and just how much they grew last year as freshmen, and then continued to grow in kind of a different, you know, it's different. You know, now you're in that leadership role, and you have to figure that out, because sometimes it comes very natural to some, and to others it doesn't. But you're expected to be put into that situation, because you've got a young group to try to lead and try to show them how these things get done. And you know, they really did a great job, and it's crazy to think we're the only repeat Final Four team in the tournament from last year. We had two teams out of our district, and I keep talking about how tough our district is. Two teams out of our district both years are in the top four. And so, you know, there's a lot to be said for just the level of competition that these guys have endured over the last 2 years, through the regular season, at the national tournament, all of it. And I think it just helps them grow moving on to wherever they're going next, because that expectation of playing good competition, you know, having a certain level of expectation of themselves as a player, as a teammate, everything else is really important moving forward for them. So that part of it I really love, about how much they owned it and how much they've gotten out of it.
So let me ask you this in closing, and I should know this before I start talking to you today, but let me ask you anyway. Well, what is the status of the national tournament from this point forward?
Well, next year it goes back to Hutchinson, Kansas. They have it for 1 year, and then we will find out who will be hosting in 2024, I think sometime in January. I don't know for sure what the announced date is, but I know it's after the first of the year. So, we're hopeful that we get it back, because I truly believe for Division I volleyball, we hosted just at a level that the teams and the fans and the people that, get to experience it in West Plains, it's something that they take with them and that they absolutely love. There's just, like I said, there's always been a uniqueness about our town and how much volleyball matters in it, and it's pretty special.
Well, what a great year. I mean, this has got to be a great memory for you, third place in the nation, and everybody is really proud of the Grizzlies for the great season they had and the great performance on the court, and good people off the court. That's also very, very important. I know you're proud of your volleyball team.
Oh, very, very much so. I mean, they're just a great group of kids, and I absolutely love coaching them.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Drury Hall of Famer Paula Wiedemann. And see, I haven't forgot that. I saw in the hallway there at Weiser Gym a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I thought, I recognize that person right there.
But that's going back a couple of years there, Harlan.
Not that far. Hey, thank you so much. Congratulations on a great year, and we'll look forward to talking to you again.
I've spent 20 years in the same job and decided it was time for a change. I wanted to return to school to build upon what I'd started right out of high school.
Missouri State University West Plains offers opportunities for everyone, wherever you are in life.
Missouri State West Plains offers me the flexibility I need at 40 years old to work, be with my family, and complete my degree program close to home.
The education you need for the life you want is waiting for you at Missouri State University West Plains. New beginnings and endless possibilities.
College basketball action with the Grizzlies continues now on Hot Country KDY.
We're back at halftime. The Grizzlies trail 37-30. And as we come out for the second half, look at the scoring from the first half of the game. Trey White has 10 points, 8 points for Aiden Gare, 3 for Micah Garrett, 4 points for Carlos Paul, 2 each for Gagi Gavalia, Kenan Peebles, and Kyle Germany. Leading scorer for Howard. A hot first half for Kavian McLean. He has, 15 at the break. 8 points for Dang Meyer. 6 for Dante Horn and 4 for Quo Agua. And if the Grizzlies are going to catch up, James, they've got to figure out a way to get better shots, get good shots, get the ball to the basket, because Howard's defense has been really good in the first half.
It's been very impressive. They've been cutting off all the passing lanes and defending every shot. I don't know that the Grizzlies have had many open shots without some kind of contest in their face there to get it off. So going to have to figure out some different ways of ball movement, open up some guys on the perimeter, or keep driving and hope you get to the free throw line.
Kavian McLean, this is signee with Abilene Christian. And we start the second half. He has the ball at the point. He's going to shoot a 3 from way behind the line. It's good.
He's having a night. 18 now.
40-30. Sterling White gets it over to Gagi Gavalia. Dribble, stop at the circle, keeps the dribble, hands it off to Micah Garrett in the corner. Sterling White, not open, puts it on the deck. Back to the corner, Micah back outside to Sterling. Far right corner, Gagi's got a 3 look, and that ball's good. Well, that helps us at least keep pace to start the second half. And I may be in the Guinness book for eating the fastest bratwurst here. I don't know.
That was impressive.
When you haven't eaten all day, it's not that hard to do. Here's a shot off the glass. No good. Feet up ahead. Bad pass. Stolen right back. 3-on-1 break. This will lead to a dunk at the other end by Trey Fort. He is the kid that James says is signed with Mississippi State. Out front, Sterling White in the left corner. Gagi has it. Back to Sterling in the corner. Cut off on the baseline. Back out to Carlos with 8 on the shot clock. Gets a screen, dribbles over, pull up, left elbow, jump shot. Good. Sterling White now with 12. 42-35. McLean out front, gets the screen, goes around it. Dishes it back to Dangmeyer. Puts it on the floor, goes up, partially blocked, and a foul's going to be called on Gagi Gavalia.
Looked pretty clean, but must have got him with the lower body there.
So that's 3 on Gagi, and 18:05 to go. A lot of time left. It was in the act of shooting, so that will put Dangmeyer on the free throw line. Here's the try, and it's good. Meyer has not signed with a Division I team yet, but I was told that he has an offer from Iowa State. Here's the next one, good. Kendon Peebles comes back in. Against the better teams this season. And I think you can classify Howard College as one of the better teams. A game like this, it just looks like we have to work so much harder to score. That's been the case so far. Kendon Peebles out front. Gets a screen, cut off, really good defense. Now they'll get out to Trey White. Drives the lane, puts up a high floater off the glass, and good. He's good at that.
Had a few of those tonight, but does a good job of getting to the rim and finishing.
But we're not getting much balance in the scoring. Here's Dangmeyer goes up and scores, and a foul on Peebles. I don't know where he's going to go play ball, but he'll go play ball somewhere after he's done at Big Springs, Texas. The foul is on Kendon Peebles, his second. Basket counts for Dangmeyer. And no good on the free throw. 46-37, Grizzlies down by 9. 17:25 to go. Peebles baseline goes in, pump fake, goes up and around and scores.
1 on 3, but he was able to get the shot up off the glass and in.
Was able to get the ball to the rim, and that makes it a 7-point game. Meyer out front, gets in the lane, turns, faces up, and scores. Man alive.
He's been a handful so far the first 3 minutes.
He's got 6 in this half and 14 for the game. Aiden Gare. Paul catches inside, and we'll have a holding foul call in the lane, and that will go against Kavian McLean. There was one, it was Dante Horn. James found is a signee with Texas State. Here's the inbound play. Catch and shoot in the corner, and it's no good short, but he got his own rebound, and a foul would be called as Aiden Gare fired it, chased it, shot it, got fouled, and let's see if they give him 2. Dangmeyer with the foul is second.
I'm going to say that was on the floor.
Probably the right call. Here's the inbound play. Ball in the corner. On the right side. Gare with a catch and shoot, right point for 3. Good.
Good job of creating some space there to get that shot off.
Kyle Germany's going to be called for a foul right after the basket. So he picks up his second. 48-42. You know, the way the game has gone, you expect to look up and see that we're down about 15 points, but that's not the case. On the baseline, and here's almost turn the ball over. Now they'll get it up to the rim, no good. Rebound to Micah Garrett off the miss. Now back the other way. Germany lost his balance. Now he got it back, calls timeout. Timeout called by the Grizzlies. Good play, good smart play by Aiden Gare to call timeout. Doesn't it feel like we're further behind than we are?
It does. I keep looking at the scoreboard and a little bit surprised because it feels like Howard's been in control and running away with things, but Grizzly somehow finding a way to keep it within reach. I mean, a couple stops, couple three-pointers, and you're good to go. 16-13 remaining, and the Grizzlies only down 6 right now.
The Zizzers football team is in Houston right now. 8:30, you say, Jim? So, along Porter Wagner? Show me that again. So, if you want to welcome the Zizzers back, okay, so somewhere along Independence Drive, it says line up the north end of Porter Wagner around 8:30. They usually head Independence Drive towards the school. So they'll be coming into town about 8:30 if you'd like to welcome them back. What a great season they had. Here's the inbound play. Tell you what, St. Dominic, they are the real deal. Gare with a long three left wing, no good. Long rebound, though, and the ball was going to be controlled by Dante Horn. Horn in the paint. Nobody picked him up and stopped him. He just walked in and shot, but missed it. Got it back. Right-hand reverse. Good. That is way too easy. 50-42. Sterling White nearly traveled with the ball on the left side of the floor. Now here's Carlos Paul, and he'll be fouled by Dane Meyer, and that'll be his third.
Wouldn't mind to see him take a rest for a few minutes.
Like 10.
Mm-hmm.
10 would be fantastic. Now Dallas Clayton is in the ball game. Gets it underneath on the inbound. Shot no good. Tie up for the loose ball, and it'll be Grizzly basketball. And putting Dallas in the game, you're tempted to just try to get him the ball and hope that he draws that fourth foul on Meyer. With now we have 15:32 to go. So if you get him on the bench, that would be a big deal as far as the outcome of this game is concerned, you would think. Here's the inbound play. Gare will throw it in from underneath. Nobody open. Timeout. I'll tell you, Howard really does a good job at the defensive end of the floor. When you've got that 6'7" long arm kid playing in the middle, that's a pretty good focal point. And if they get past you, you know he's back there to help.
Well, anytime the Grizzlies went to inbound it under their own basket, they have really had trouble getting it in and getting right at that 5 count. This time they had to call a timeout, but it's been a problem all night. Howard's doing a good job of denying the basketball on that inbound.
So the timeout called by the Grizzlies because they couldn't get the ball inbounds. And they'll have the basketball as we go back to play. From the end to our right. Here's the inbound play. And we're going to get another sub in the ball game. Is JoJo Freeman for the black shirts from Howard College. Five-second call. Couldn't get it in. The trick to getting the ball inbounds, well, setting screens, cutting hard, but you got to come to the ball and give your guy a chance, and nobody really did that time. In the paint, here's Meyer, works his way up. Oh, travel with the basketball. A little up and under move, but he was caught walking with it. 6 turnover against Howard College. Next game for the Grizzlies will be Monday. Right back at it, we'll be here against National Park College. They're from Little Rock. Bounce pass, low block. Far side, Germany with a 3. Good. Good ball movement, getting open in the corner. Kyle Germany with his second field goal. He has 5, 50-45. Here's McLean with another 3. That's way off the mark. And here come the Grizzlies with a chance to cut it down. Germany, baseline, fall away jumper is no good. Tipped over, there's Dallas Clayton with a putback, and it's good. And a timeout called by the Hawks. As Dallas Clayton cleaned up the rebound, and with 14:41 to play in the second half, it's suddenly a one-possession game. 50-47. Howard on top of MSU West Plains, and we're back in a minute on KDY.
At Holiday Inn Express and Suites in West Plains, your comfort and satisfaction is their top priority every day. That's why they're the top-rated Holiday Inn Express and Suite location for customer satisfaction, not just in America, but the world for 4 consecutive years. They feature a pool and an exercise facility, spacious, comfortable lobby and rooms offering comfort and relaxation. Make your reservation by calling 417-257-3000. Stay with the best. Holiday Inn Express and Suites, 1301 Preacher Road Boulevard, West Plains.
We might have just come out with our most refreshing Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer yet. It's called the Essential Collection. It's made with coconut water and real fruit juice, so it's always going to have a real refreshing fruit taste. Can refreshing get any more refreshing? Yep, it can, and it just did. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, made with coconut water and real fruit juice for a superior taste. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Grizzly basketball continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Number 1 team of the country is Indian Hills. They're 9-0. They beat us by 19 the other night up in the frozen north. Salt Lake number 2, Odessa 3. Howard not ranked. Here's a shot from the right point for a 3. That's good. Keep doing that, and you will get ranked. 4.5, 10 for the game for Dante Horn. 53-47. They scored coming out of the timeout. Sterling White over to Germany. Curls down the lane, spins to the middle, hangs and shoots and scores. That kid has got some offensive ability. Kyle Germany now with 7. He can shoot it from the perimeter. He can get it to the rim. Down the paint. Here's a drive, no good. Tipped up and in. That may have been tipped in by Kyle Germany. Going to credit that to Dante Horn. I think he touched it last for Howard. So it's 55-49. Micah Garrett, left corner. Kyle again. This time it's short. The rebound comes long. Davis gets it up ahead. Here comes McLean. He'll pull up, shoot a floater, and it's no good. Rebound to Kyle Germany. Kick it out. Here we go the other way. Sterling White on the right wing. Looks in, nothing open. Cross court wide open. Here's Micah Garrett with a 3. No good. And the ball comes to the far corner on the rebound picked up by Quo Agua. 55-49. 13 minutes to play. Out front, over the screen. Here goes Horn. Down the lane, puts it up. No good. Too stout. Grizzlies will come back with it. Sterling White to Kyle Germany. Into the right corner. Out. Here's Aiden Gare with a 3, and it's good from 24 feet. Back within 3. That three-point shot can really be a big equalizer, and it has been tonight for the Grizzlies. Ooh, Kyle Germany reached in for a steal, tipped it away, but got body there on Trey Fort. And Kyle will be called for his 3rd foul. The Grizzlies have made 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 shots from the field here in this half. And 4 of them have been threes. We have shot 1 free throw tonight. They have shot 7. Over on the right point, McCain. Into the middle, and here's a drive. Up off the back iron, no good. Carlos Paul stood his ground, got the rebound. White over. Gaggi has it. Paul inside, and a pass deflected. And here's a kick violation against the Grizzlies, and so it'll be Howard basketball. We've got to learn that you don't have to necessarily throw the ball over the top. A bounce pass is permitted. So it'll be Howard basketball in their front court. Grizzlies have Kendon Peebles back at the ball game for Gaggi. Nate Houston is back out there. Out front, left elbow. Fall away jump shot from 17, no good. Rebound is tipped, and Sterling White comes away with it. Thinks about pushing it. Hayden Gare says, hey, follow me to the corner over here. Crossover dribble to the right baseline. And stole it away from Nate Houston. Back they come in the left corner. And a pull-up shot for a three is an air ball. It's going to be loose on the deck. Picked up inside. Shot off the back iron is good. Agua has 6. Grizzlies with 9 turnovers. Top of the circle, Sterling White will hand it to Gare for a three, and it rims off, and the ball is controlled by Quo Agua. 11 minutes to play, 57-52. We're not in bad shape, everything considered. Just have to play a little better defense and make a few shots. At the right point, up fake. Now a pull-up shot for a 2, no good. Rebound by Carlos Paul. Carlos gets it up ahead to Sterling White. 57-52. Grizzlies down 5. Nate Houston in the corner. Move the ball. Now on the right side at the point. Aiden Gare on the right wing. Peebles has it. Picks it up out to Aiden. Shot clock is at 8. Now he'll pull it back. He'll look inside. He shoots a 3 from way outside. No good. And the ball pulled away and picked up. Boy, they had Carlos Paul open in the middle. Down the lane all the way. Here's a ball up, no good, and a foul on Carlos Paul on the drive by Javier Glasgow. And that'll stop the clock at the 10-14 mark, and Carlos will pick up his third. Four players will check in here in just a second. 2 aside. And the free throw try, no good. Javier Glasgow will shoot one more. He has yet to score tonight. It is great. We don't have a single point from the free throw line after 30 minutes. Very rare. Next try, good. 1 out of 2 for Javier Glasgow. He is a freshman from Toronto. In the lane, here's a drive, up and good. Kyle Germany gets the bucket. He's had a good second half. In the lane, Glasgow is cut off. They'll move it back out to the point. Out front, 17-footer, straight up over Nate Houston. No good, but the rebound is chased down by Glasgow. To the left corner to Davis. Now backing down, it's Dante Horn. Goes up and under, goes up, forced the shot, no good. And boy, did he get bailed out. He just jumped up and threw the ball up and went through the net the wrong way, but Kyle Germany just got his 4th foul. So Trey White will come in for him, and we'll get a timeout, media timeout. 9:28 to go in the second half with a score. Howard College 58, MSU West Plains 54. Back in a minute on KDY.
Bailey Shipping GMC, home of the Bailey Factor.
John Bailey again from Bailey Chevy GMC in beautiful downtown Willow Springs. Supporting our local schools is just part of the Bailey Factor. You'll hear us cheering our local high school teams on the air and even on the sidelines. Come check out our great selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Call 469-3111. Bailey team is gonna get it done.
And now more Grizzly basketball action on Hot Country KDY.
Grizzlies will play here on Monday night against National Park College from Hot Springs. Will we be 5-5? Will we be 4-6? We'll find out here in the next probably 20, 25 minutes. But alluding to the Grizzlies' schedule, we've got on the way, well, we have some games. We don't have a lot of games between now and Christmas. The schedule shows that we will be on the road after this game against National Park College on Monday night. On Sunday, the 4th of December, against Parkland College, and that'll be in St. Louis. Here's a free throw, good, and that makes the lead 59-54. One more try, 9:28 to play. Next one, no good. Rebound, Gagi Gavalia. So 1 out of 2. Garrett off the screen gets it to Garrett, and he is called for a charge as he took it on the left side. The baseline ran smack into Dangmeyer and picked up the foul. (59-54). Still a winnable game. You're just a couple of plays away from getting even here. Trey Force. Bounce pass inside, terrible pass. Stolen by the Grizzlies, and Gagi Gavalia up ahead. Now be careful with it here. Aiden Garrett on the left side. Takes it out front, hands it to Gagi. Gets it to Garrett. Curls over the top, down the lane. Lost the ball, bounce pass out. Here's a three, and it's no good. But the rebound, Carlos Paul pump fake up, and they, missed it, but a foul on the play.
Good job of getting inside position to get that offensive board.
That is the 4th foul on Darius Davis. He is not a starter. He'll have to come out of the ballgame at this point. And they'll sub in JoJo Freeman for him. And now the free throw shooter is Carlos Paul. He has 4 points tonight. And the first free throw is no good. We still have not scored from the free throw line. .8:35 to go, and nothing from the free throw line so far.
Hopefully that changes right here.
A free throw here would make it a 4-point game. Carlos Paul from the Detroit area. Free throw is good. So we break the ice finally, and that makes it 59-55. If Howard doesn't win this game, they're going to be wondering why. Down the lane, left-hand drive is high off the glass and good by Kevian McLean. He has 20 points tonight. 61-55. Grizzlies down by 6. Peebles to the low block and a holding foul, and that'll be on McLean, who reached around. 8:06 to play, 61-55. That is the 5th team foul on Howard in this half. On the inbound, Sterling White sets a screen, lobs it out on the wing. Now Carlos Paul, who can shoot the three, hands it off to Aiden Garrett, who can really shoot the three. Shot clock 13, you got plenty of time. Here's Sterling White out near the Bearhead at midcourt. 7 seconds. Sterling to the corner. Kendon Peebles has a three, and it's an air ball, and it's going to be taken away by Howard, and they come back up by a 61-55 score. In the corner, open shot for a three. No good. And the rebound fought for and taken away by Dang, who out-fought 2 Grizzlies for that rebound. He just wanted it more. On the side, on the baseline, a fall-away jump shot, spins around and goes down for Trey Fort. Fort has 8 points. And if you're the Grizzlies, you really need to score here because now you've let the game slide from a 4-point game now out to an 8-point game. Sterling White kicks it far corner. Peebles passes up the shot. Now back to Trey. He will not pass it up. Shoots a three. No good. Rebound. Peebles inside. Up. Blocked from behind. And now the ball's picked up, and they got to break the other way. 2-on-1. Here's a drive up and in by Quo Agua, who complained that he was fouled on the shot. Now it's a 10-point game, 65-55. Here's Trey White on the drive. No good. Ball is going to be controlled by Dang Meyer, and a foul will be called on the Grizzlies in the backcourt. And that will be the fourth foul on Carlos Paul. Well, we got to give Howard credit. We have missed some shots, but we haven't had a whole lot of open looks at shots so far. And they're a bit of a problem defensively. Pretty good defensive team.
Not a whole lot of second chance points either.
And as I said earlier, it looks like we have to work a lot harder to score than they do. Free throw is good by Dang Meyer, and he'll get one more. A shock in the first game tonight. Northern Arkansas from Harrison beat Western Texas, and not only beat them, but beat them pretty good. Next free throw is good.
Yeah, they were very impressive.
We could stand some impressive offense here. The Grizzlies are down 12, 6.5 to go. If you let it go any further, you're in deep, deep trouble. On the low block inside, Dallas Clayton goes up, got fouled, he'll shoot two. So the shooter will be Dallas Clayton.
Down 12, they really need to take advantage of these free throws while the clock is stopped.
Free throw no good. And that's the thing. If you get a chance to score at the free throw line, especially when you're behind like this, with the clock not running, you need to take advantage of it, as James said. Timeout on the floor, and it'll be a full timeout. 6:20 left in the second half, and the Howard Hawks lead the MSU West Plains Grizzlies 67-55. We're back in 1 minute on KDY.
At Holiday Inn Express and Suites in West Plains, your comfort and satisfaction is their top priority every day. That's why they're the top-rated Holiday Inn Express and Suite location for customer satisfaction, not just in America, but the world for 4 consecutive years. They feature a pool and an exercise facility, spacious, comfortable lobby and rooms offering comfort and relaxation. Make your reservation by calling 417-257-3000. Stay with the best. Holiday Inn Express and Suites, 1301 Preacher Road Boulevard, West Plains.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we have it all for you. Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, where we love what we do.
Hey, this is Maddie. As you get your day going, I am sure you've noticed the morning temperatures are getting cooler and cooler. At Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we have everything you need. Heavy flannel, hats and gloves, hoodies, vests, jackets and coats, bib overalls, jeans, outerwear, climate gear, and much more. Stop in today.
It's back to the court for more Grizzly basketball on KDY.
Dallas Clayton at the line. We're down 12, 6.5 to go. The next free throw is no good. 0 for 2. The Grizzlies from the line tonight are 1 out of 5. Down by 12. Bounce pass on the baseline. Backing down. Trey Fort. Turnaround fall away. In and out. Rebound is taken by Trey White. That was a floorboard. It hit the deck after the miss. Now back out around the horn. Trey's got a 3 straight on, and it's going to rim off. No good. Dallas Clayton with a rebound. Put back. Good.
Nice, strong left hand there. Back within 10.
If you're going to make a run, it has to be during the next couple of minutes. Outside on the wing. Meyer. Bounce pass to the low block. They get it to Agua. Works his way in, and there's a nice strong move, and he puts it up and in. About 8 feet away. Quo Agua now has 10. Micah Garrett, 69-57. Givalia to the corner. Garrett, lob pass in. Good feed into Dallas. One bounce, and he stepped out of bounds. Caught the ball under the basket. Took a step, stepped out, and it goes back over to the Hawks. And if we don't do something here about the next minute or so, someone is going to say to someone else, honey, will you go warm up the car?
Germany and Paul back in the game.
Going to have to start shooting the ball and hoping it goes in. 69-57 at the 5-minute mark. Over a screen high to the right. McLean now picks it up, kicks it to the corner. Back out it goes, and they reverse the basketball. McLean down lane, wraparound bounce pass, bad pass stolen. Here comes Gare with it the other way. Up ahead. Here's a drive, and the shot no good, but a foul on Dangmeyer. That's his fourth. And it'll be Micah Garrett going to the line, shooting 2 shots.
Really got bailed out with that foul there. He was a little bit out of control as he was going in for the layup.
He was moving pretty quick. Micah Garrett has 3 points tonight. Free throw good. The Grizzlies have scored 2 points from the free throw line tonight. And the next one is good. I wanted to see how much we've been outscored from the free throw line. We've got 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10-3. 7-point difference. Here's a down the lane. Here's a drive, and the layup is good. But Dangmeyer, he's got 4 points, but he's got 4 fouls, but that doesn't slow him down. Here's Germany with a nice move to the rim, up and good with the left hand. Kyle Germany now with 9.5, 11 for the game. 71-61. Not too late. Out front, Dangmeyer over at the right wing. Bounce pass on the low block. Posted up inside. Trey Fort turns, faces, shoots, and scores. He is a good player.
He is.
He has 10, 73-61, and we can't get any stops. It's really hard to catch up when you get in that hole, and you can't get stops when you need them. Micah Garrett over on the left side. Sterling White. Bounce pass to the corner, and it looks like Micah may have stepped out of bounds as that ball was coming to him, and a turnover on the Grizzlies. The game last night went overtime. The Grizzlies trailed 1 time in the basketball game. The first basket of overtime. They led most of the rest of the game.
They got off to a really nice start last night right out of the gate.
They really did. Crossover in McLean. Down the lane. Fall away. 12-footer. Back iron. Won't go. 73-61. Gare with it. Catches. Shoots a long 3. No good. Rebounded by Dangmeyer. And down to 3:05. Down by 12. It's not looking great right now. Kavian McLean. And they are in no hurry. Off a curl, down the lane, right side. Keeps the dribble. Now he'll just circle out. 5 on the shot clock. Cross it over, spin to the middle. Trap, gets it across. Shot, nope, didn't get it off in time. So shot clock violation with 2:37 to go. That's not a total disaster for the Hawks because the clock is their friend right now.
Able to run the full 30 seconds off, so takes a big chunk of the timeout.
And we're to the point. We're going to have to try to find somebody open and then launch. Sterling White beats him on defense. Drives no good. Rebound put back. Foul is called. Basket good. And Carlos Paul, what was the call there? Maybe the Grizzlies called timeout after the bucket. So 2:22 to go. Carlos got the lay-in. 10-point game, 2:22 left. Here comes the full court press. And a minute timeout. You're listening to Grizzly basketball on KDY.
The team at Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine is focused on your athlete's health. That's why there's a doctor on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to care for the unexpected injuries. Ozarks Healthcare has 4 orthopedic doctors and 2 podiatrists on staff to care for your athletes. The Ozarks Healthcare team sends best wishes to all athletes for safe play and great sportsmanship. For more information about OZH Podiatry as well as the OZH Orthopedics and Spine, please visit www.ozarkshealthcare.com.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we have it all for you. Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, where we love what we do.
Hey, this is Maddie. As you get your day going, I am sure you've noticed the morning temperatures are getting cooler and cooler. At Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we have everything you need. Heavy flannel, hats and gloves, hoodies, vests, jackets and coats, bib overalls, jeans, outerwear, climate gear, and much more. Stop in today.
The Grizzlies play here on Hot Country KDY.
We are up again with 2:22 to go. 73-63. Grizzlies have to press now. See if we can get some points off the press. Pressure in the backcourt. Nate Houston on the ball. They'll break the press easily with Trey Fort. And now McLean out front. He is one of the best point guards I've seen this year. He's a good player. Eight on the shot clock. Down the lane, and a foul's got to be called. That is tough. The foul will go against Nate Houston on a reach-in. It'll be 1-1 for the Howard Hawks. Free throw attempt on the first try is good. Trey Fort now with 11. Clayton comes out. Next try is good. He's not their leading scorer, but boy, he is a good player. He's headed, as we mentioned earlier, to Mississippi State. Sterling to the corner. Here's Germany with a three. No good. And with a minute 43, it's 75-63. And here comes McLean again. Foul on Aiden Gare stops the clock with a minute 35. It'll be a 1-1. Free throw shooter, Kavian McLean. First free throw is good. Now, some of these free throws are produced merely because the Grizzlies are so far behind, but still, when you look at the numbers comparing points from the line, it is going to be ugly. Second free throw, no good. Rebound, Germany. He's going to go coast to coast. Goes up, got tied up. And a jump ball, and it'll go back over to the Hawks. Grizzlies outscored 13-3 from the free throw line. Ralph Brown bounce pass knocked away, nearly stolen, picked up, alley-oop and a dunk. Quo Agua with 12. 78-63. Gage Pitts in the game for the Grizzlies, and he is fouled. And he'll go to the line and shoot two. Now, of all the people on this basketball team for the Grizzlies, I have as much, if not more, faith in Gage Pitt's ability to make a free throw than anybody.
I've watched him a lot over the years, and very few did not go in.
It's pretty automatic when he gets to the line. Micah Garrett goes out in favor of Kendon Peebles. It's just a matter of what the final will be. Free throw, first one is good. Gage Pitts makes that one and that one. The Thayer kid makes it a 13-point game, 1:10 to go. In the front court, they'll try and trap, and they can't trap McLean. Now they'll hold it out near the timeline. 15 on the shot clock. 54 seconds left. Gare comes out. He can't come out too far because McLean will go around it. Out to the point. Here's a pull-up shot for a three. No good. Rebound long, and the Grizzlies get it with Gare. Behind the back move. 2-on-1 break. Dishes it over. Layup. Germany good. Kyle has 11 and a half, 13 for the game. Foul in the backcourt, stops the clock. 35 seconds left, 78-67. Kyle Germany just fouled out of the basketball game. So offensively, pretty good game with 13 points. In fact, looks like Aiden Gare has 14, so Gare and White both have 14 points. First free throw here is good. Trey Fort adds to his night's total. We'll talk to Jared Fay after the ball game is over. Here's the next one. Good. Up the left side, Nate Houston shoots a long three on the wing, no good. Rebound through the hands of Gage Pitts. Pump fake goes up, left hand, no good. Tipped out, picked up by McLean. 22 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. And the Grizzlies will give ground. And, honey, it's time to go start the car as the clock will run down. 80-67 is going to be your final score as the Grizzlies lose for the first time at home this season and drop now to 4-6 with a home game against National Park College coming up on Monday night. James Hurt, thank you very much.
Hey, thanks, Harlan. Enjoyed it.
You're welcome to come anytime you want. It's always a pleasure to have you around. 80-67 is the final. Our post game is coming up next. We'll talk to Jared Fay, the coach of the Grizzlies, in just a moment. But we'll take a break here and come back in 30 seconds on Hot Country KDY.
I've spent 20 years in the same job and decided it was time for a change. I wanted to return to school to build upon what I'd started right out of high school.
Missouri State University West Plains offers opportunities for everyone, wherever you are in life.
Missouri State West Plains offers me the flexibility I need at 40 years old to work, be with my family, and complete my degree program close to home.
The education you need for the life you want is waiting for you at Missouri State University West Plains. New beginnings and endless possibilities.
College basketball action with the Grizzlies continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Jared Fay over here to my right. The final score is 80-67. It just felt like to me we just never had any kind of flow or continuity. We just seemed choppy all night. Now some of that has to go to Howard because they really made it hard to get the ball inside tonight.
No doubt. They're a very good team, obviously. They got all sophomores, and a lot of them are three-year sophomores, COVID sophomores. So they got a lot of experience out there, but a very good team defensively. We did struggle offensively, but I think a lot of it you got to give credit to Howard. At the same time, I felt like we had plenty of shots and opportunities. The ball just didn't go in tonight. And, again, we'll learn from this. I think we need to show a little bit more fight at times, but definitely could have been better, definitely could have been worse.
It was as much of a kind of a slog as it was for much of the game. In the second half, you're only down 58-54, and you're a bucket from this thing being pretty much an even game, and just couldn't get the ball to go in when you really needed it.
Yeah, it was 50-47 there. They called the timeout, and I thought, okay, this is going to come down to the wire. We got a shot. But you're right, we had a lot of open shots. We had free throws that we missed. And again, we had some defensive let-ups, but, number 0 for them is going to be playing at Mississippi State next year. A lot of good players. They got guys who just go get you a bucket, and they were able to do that. They were able to get buckets just when they needed to and kind of keep that separation.
We had 3 players in double figures tonight. Sterling had 14, Aiden had 14, and Kyle had 13 points tonight. You can kind of see Kyle at times. You can see that confident when he gets a little bit more confident and he plays, and you can see that he can score too. But when you're with a freshman, it just kind of is all over the map sometimes.
It is. You can kind of see the light clicking with him. I think he's coming off the screens now, going to the rim a little bit harder. He's not thinking about what he should do. He kind of understands that. he's open, he's going to shoot it. If he's not, he's going to try to get all the way to the rim and finish. I think he's our best guy on our team at that. They can really put that rim pressure on. He's quick, he's long, athletic, and I think he's just going to keep getting better and better. And he's very good defensively, too. He guarded number 0 for quite a bit, and I want to say holding him to 14, but he still got his 14. But I thought Kyle did a pretty good job on him overall.
They outscored us 14-5 from the free throw line. It'd be great to get to the line more often, but for whatever reason, we just haven't the last 2 games.
Yeah, and we got to make them too when we get there. But we do. We need a little bit more rim pressure, and I think the guys will get better at understanding, when we probably can attack and when is it that we're, just need to shoot or keep moving the ball. But we do need to get the free throw line more.
Kavian McLean is their point guard. He's going to Abilene Christian. He's the best point guard I think I maybe have seen this year. He's really good.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. He's quick, very good player. I thought Trey did a pretty good job on him early in the second half. He got to us. It was a good battle, those two. Trey played 40-plus minutes last night. Maybe didn't quite have his usual quickness, but he battled and does what he does.
National Park College on Monday night, correct?
Yeah, quick turnaround. We're going to practice tomorrow, and, this is something especially these freshmen need to get used to. 3 games in 4 days, and that's what the postseason is all about, and hopefully this will prepare us for it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Harlan.
All right, the final again, the Grizzlies finished the evening again with just 5 points from the free throw line, and that was a big deal, but they lose by 13, 80-67. Scoring for the Grizzlies, 14 each. Sterling White and Aiden Gare, 13 points for Gage for Kyle Germany. And also 7 points for Carlos Paul, 5 each from Micah Garrett and Gagi Gavalia, 4-point nights for both Dallas Clayton and Kendon Peebles, and 2 points for Gage. Fifth leading scorer for Howard for the evening was Kavian McLean with 21 points. Their point guard, 18 points for Dang Meyer, 14 for Trey Fort, and 13 points for Dante Horn. In fact, they got a grand whopping total of, I think just 1 point from their bench. But their starters really were good tonight. Really good balance. Again, 21 from Kavian McCoy.